Hello there, Uncle Rusty here, and welcome back to Hytale. This is the creative mode, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a showcase on how everything works and what we might decide to build for this particular little series. So, first of all, when you create your world, this is essentially where you're going to be spawned. Now, number one, you can go and play on a flat world if you so wish. You can go and spawn in the desert and make a whole desert area if you wish. We are going to go plainly into the normal world. What you'll do is you'll start here in the usual temple, and it will give you a particular spawn area. Pressing space twice allows you to fly. Pressing shift allows you to fly faster if you want to. To try and get back down, press double space again, and you'll break your feet, but that's fine. Let's look for a particularly good spot so I can show you what tools are at your disposal and how you can start your very own creative world. And let me know if you do this so that I can understand how your buildings are going to look and what kind of world you're going to build. There's a very nice sun over there. So number one, what you want to do is you can press B, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can use here for that. There's an asset editor. Some of these things you may not have access to right now because it's probably not part of the game just yet, but there are builder tools, and there's even a machinima style where you can record and select a scene to play. So there's a whole machinima style built in here for all my machinima creators out there, but we're going to focus on the building tools. So you have a couple of tools under your disposal here, and if we go to our tools, we've got an entity tool. So your entity tool does this. Let's say I want to take one of these birds and I want to move it. I can grab this entity and move it to wherever I feel like. Now this is great for if you want to build barns and stables and, you know, little aquariums and things like that if you want to do that. Although I don't believe glass windows actually still exist in this. So if you want to make sure that you use the absolute most of this, if you want to move a bear and you want to make a zoo, there you go, there's a bear. Or if you want to take the skeleton high into the air, you can just drop him like that. And that's how that tool works. Next, we have the laser pointer. And the laser pointer really does very little for you. Points at things with a visible laser beam that all players can see. So this is essentially used for a lot of other things that you can use. So if you right click with this, there's the laser. So let's say you want to point to your multiplayer friends where they need to build. You can just say, hey, listen, I need that to be done there. And you can see if I do this, that's a whole lot of lasers being pointed. It's actually pretty cool. Then we have the paintbrush tool. So you can destroy blocks you're aiming at. So if I just want to do this, I can just like go and clear out a whole bunch of areas. This one is a little bit not so neat. There are better block clearing tools, but you can also place blocks as well for your aiming. So let's say I want to place grass. I can just do that. And you use your middle mouse button to select a block that you want to replace it with. So as you can see, I've got rock quartzite. Now I can replace that with rock quartzite. Real cool. Now we have the layer brush tool. And again, this is going to not do that much for you. Allows you to replace existing blocks with layers of different materials. So if I want to just like do this, I can... Apparently this is just not doing what I need it to do. So some of these tools are probably not going to work the way that you want it to do. Currently we have the layer brush tool, and you can see I'm just busy removing stuff. So maybe some of these things won't work the way that you hope for them to do. You've also got the sculpt brush tool here. So the sculpt brush melts away blocks that you're aiming at layer by layer. So if you just hold it, you can see we're digging straight down. And I can also raise it if I hold right click. So you can see how well that can work for terrain shifting and a whole lot of other stuff. But you can do this with different blocks as well. So again, I could just fill this up to where I needed to go. After that, we have the selection tool. The selection tool is a fun one. So let's say I want to remove this area of blocks here. So I'm going to pick like so. It's a little bit wonky at first, but what you have to do is you have to drag your area that you want to remove. And this about is as far as I want to go. And then you click. And then you can go up to however high you want to. Once you've clicked, you can then press delete to clear the selection. If you want to delete the actual selection, you're not happy with it. But I want to remove this area right here. So I'm just going to go over here and then there. And then what I want to do is I want to remove it. So I need to remember how to do this. There was a way to do this. You go there and you press delete. So you'll have to open up your command prompt or your chat. You go /delete. You do not have permission to use this command. Okay, fantastic. That's just what I want. Or clear, not delete, clear. I'm an idiot. There you go. You have cleared this area. Now this is great for if you do large scale buildings and you want to demolish everything. I don't want to demolish that, but you know, for showcase purposes, let's just do that. So I'm going to go here, and you can actually clear a very large selection and area if you want to do this. So I want to clear this entire building from the landscape. So I'm just going to go right up, and you could go as high as the sky. You can see I'm going fairly far here. Clear, and boom, there goes everything. Those skeletons no longer have a home. I apologize. So sorry about that. This will also clear most of the things in the area as well. So anything that is droppable, so like swords and chests and a whole bunch of stuff, those will clear. Next, you've got the paste tool. So the paste tool allows you to paste a previously copied or saved block selection. So I can go to the prefab list if I want to, and that'll give me a whole bunch of stuff here. So if I want to do stairs, I suppose, you can go and just put a whole bunch of stairs here. And then there you go. So you are welcome to go and play around with this. But your prefabs will allow you to create buildings without the need of, you know, having to think too hard about it. And you can see we can do this fairly high. Like look at how high these stairs are. They actually, you can even rotate it around if you want to. You can shift right click. You want to keep it there. And there you go. That's essentially how that tool works. Then you have your line brush tool. Start at a point to the line, and you can just hold it in and it'll do a whole line here. So you can essentially just hold right click in if you want to. You can also cancel the line, but if I want to use a line here, there, and that'll allow me to paint that. Then we have the ruler tool. Allows you to create line segments between 2 or more points. So let's say I want to place that point there. It's going to tell me how far this ruler point is. And we want to do like that. Now you can also snap these at particular angles and a whole bunch of other stuff. But the ruler tool will allow you to kind of measure out how long you want certain of your blocks. So, you know, you don't mess up some of your design for your buildings. Then you've got the flood brush tool. The flood brush tool, a replacement brush that extends through neighboring blocks of the same type. So if I just want to do that, it just goes through and extends there. So not too much to do with this. I'm not 100% sure about that one. Some of these will be different. Next, you've got your extend brush tool. And this one just allows you to like build huge parts of it and extend it in. You can see I'm busy making a whole mess here. But if you just hold right click, you can just extend this, or left click, one of the two, and it just extends the current block you have. So again, if you want to change up your block, and you want to put some lush, beautiful things here, so if I just want to make a big jungle temple kind of deal, I can do that. Next, we have the hitbox tool. And the hitbox tool allows you to edit the hitbox data of any world in the block. So I want to edit this, hitbox updated, hitbox 0. There you go. I've just changed the hitbox for that particular thing. If I click right click, I can change that as well. So again, some of these tools may work, some of these may not. Noise brush allows you to easily create a random block noise pattern. So let's see here. I'm trying to change the noise. I'm not seeing too many changes. If you know some of these changes, let me know in the comment section below as well. We have a prefab selector tool. So click on the prefab selecting its anchor. We are not in a prefab editing session, so we don't have any of those. You'll want to make sure that you have your prefabs loaded, and then you can do that as well. Prefab editor only. For your set anchor tools, you can put an anchor for some of your prefabs and you can rotate and do a whole bunch of cool stuff with it. We've got a scatter brush tool. Allows you to randomly scatter blocks by specifying a dimension scale. So let's see. I want to scatter blocks. It doesn't seem like it's doing what I need to do. So we're just going to ignore that one for now. Smooth brush allows you to softly blend smooth and rough terrain. So this is nice if you want to just make sure that you've got some rough terrain, and then you just want to ease it into smooth terrain. So it's really nice if you want to do it that way. Just give it a nice little aesthetically pleasing kind of deal. Next, you've got your tint brush tool. Allows you to modify the color tint of a block column. So you can see that I'm making it a little bit more green than it should be. And that is going to help me change that. Now, if you do want to change the color tint of it, let's say I want to make this grass blue or just change the tint. You can see I can even color the grass in, which is great for like if you want to color in some of, you know, the landscape in and around where you want to go. You can do materials here, that kind of thing. So if you want to do a whole bunch of other stuff, shape sphere, you can change that. You can mirror the axis. You can change your wall thickness kind of deal. So there's a lot of things that you can do here to make that kind of thing work. The next thing is you've got a whole bunch of brush tools here. So this brush tool allows you to create boulders, if I can do that. Now, again, you can do a random thing here, but destroys blocks where you're aiming. Place blocks where you're aiming. So I can also do like this, and now it's just going to spawn random boulders. It doesn't always seem to work. It's real weird. There you go. Sometimes it takes a little bit of a while, but if I want to change like some grass here, it is busy editing blocks here, so we'll see what it does. But you can see, there we go. Next thing, building brush creates buildings when you use it. So these are fairly simple tools that you can use if you just want to make a nice building. Now you can make this a multi-story thing if you just hold in left click. I wouldn't advise it, but you know what? There are better builders than myself out there, so check that out if you want to. We also got a cave brush tool. This is going to allow you to make a cave. I'm just waiting to see where I can make a cave here. You can see there, if I do that against a nice cliff face, it is busy starting to make a cave. And this you can do like underground if you want to. If you want to like make a little cave entrance kind of deal, you can use that. You've got lava cracks brush. You can see we can make like a nice little lava terrain as well. Just open that up and just have lava spew into the world. We've got a decoration brush. So if I want to put some decorations there, the small decoration blocks need to be placed on top of floor decoration blocks. But for now, you can see here that I'm removing some of the decorations in the world as well. So if you want to add like decorations here, you can right click, place blocks where you're aiming with the materials you've selected. So I can decide, okay, blocks to clear. These are the blocks I want to clear. And these are the decoration blocks. If I want to change that, we can put in different decoration blocks here as well. Next, you've got the forest brush. This is just pure and simple, creates forest where you are. So if you're ever running out of trees, there you go. There's a whole way to, you know, get photosynthesizing going. I believe that's the correct thing. Next, after that, you've got a hot springs area. So you can make a nice little hot spring. So if you want to make a nice little hot spring area, oh, look, we struck oil. We're so freaking rich. But there you go. This is how you get some hot spring stuff going. So if you want to make one of those like beautiful hot spring areas, you can do that too. Next thing, we have a mountain brush, and this is fairly simple. You can see I'm just making a whole bunch of mountains here. I just buried that spider as well. After this, we have a path brush, and these are nice for if you want to make some pathing. So right click just to make like a nice whole dirt path here if you want to. And again, these are very customizable if you want to change your path blocks as well. We also have a river brush. So if you don't feel like doing a whole bunch of river stuff, you can do that as well and just plaster the area with water. Now, again, you can change this up with the fluid material, making a different thing here. You can make the size and the width, a whole bunch of different things as well. We've got the ruined roof. So if you want to make a ruin with a whole bunch of roofs that are kind of broken, you can do that too. Oh gosh, what have I done? Oh dear, I have blocked myself in here. I'm just going to get myself out. But there you go. That one sorts that one out. Next, you got your spiral brush. So if you want to make some nice spirals, you can do that too. And there you go. So if you want like, you know, weirdly aesthetically pleasing spirals, you can do that as well. And then last, we have the tentacle brush. And I know what everyone's thinking. Don't you dare. There you go. There's a whole bunch of tentacles in the world as well. So you are welcome to go right ahead with that. Now, we have some complicated blocks here. We've got the block spawner. Spawns blocks from a spawn table. And this one will let you spawn blocks somewhere in the world with this. Now, some of these may not work. But these spawners essentially allow you to do edit blocks and anchoring and a whole bunch of stuff. There's like some prefab examples here. You can even make a green screen if you want like certain stuff away here. So if you just want to make a nice green screen in front of here and you want to do like a machinima style video and you want to make sure that this is all edited out in your post world, then you can do that in editing. After that, you have some air blocks, you've got some scatter, you've got gravel, and these are all the stuff that you can filter. And this will allow you to just like add a whole bunch of stuff here. So if I just put like here, filter this in, a brush filter that matches dirt and grass terrain, use in the mask slot of the builder. So that's how these things are. This is all for your masking. And then finally, you have your machinima tool to allow you to create editable stuff. And that is all the editing tools you'll need in Hytale to build your beautiful city, dungeon, or whatever it is you're going to build. So let me know in the comment section what you're going to build. And until next time, Uncle Rusty says, be creative.